Hello, welcome to yet another live stream. I was nearly late a little bit then because I was busy messaging with someone. I apologise if I'm a few seconds late. Now, before we get started, I just want to say Glenn is going to be with us tonight, but he's running a little bit late, so he'll be joining us a little bit later on. So I'm going to delay slightly the topic. So we've got Glenn to argue against us. I've got a few people watching so far, but no one in the comments yet, so I can't give anyone a shout out. Um, so the topic today that we've got is going to be about box sets and box sets boogaloo. But before I get started, I've been a busy little boy. I've actually done a second video this week. Hopefully, it's going to be up soon. A little timed shopping trip. I wanted a shopping trip. There was a particular title that I wanted, so I did this little shopping trip video here, and because it's an extra video, I didn't quite get it ready for the time slot I wanted, so I've delayed it slightly. Now, this video, I have already sent it to all Patreons, so everyone on my Patreon list has got a link that they can watch the video in advance. And if I get enough likes on the Square Eyed Geeks Facebook page, I'll pop the link on there as well. At the minute, I'm undecided on when to set the video live on for everyone on YouTube. But if you want early access, if you want to join Patreon or jump onto the Facebook page and give that a like, I will make sure the link's available for all of you. And with that out of the way, I'm just going to zip through the comments and see who I've got in here with us. I've got, hello, Brian. We've got Brian Smith. I'm very well. I'm just about recovered from being busy on the film set, and the video will show how busy I've been and while I've perhaps been a little bit scatty as well. We've got Nicholas Dickens. Hey, Nicholas, hope you are well. We can fill in for Glenn. You definitely can. It's quite easy to fill in for. He will be here soon. He has been out for a meal, I believe, keeping the missus happy. Louis Rizzo, worried about the Black Friday sales about to pop up. Lewis, on our Facebook page, Jeremy actually sent over details of the Black Friday sales that's happening on Shout Factory. So I've been on and I've actually created an account for Shout Factory. So I'm already ready to order from them. I've got a few titles earmarked, and I'm really hoping that they reduce Hush as well, because that Hush 4K is one that I'd love to jump in at. AJ's Movie Places with us. Good evening, AJ. Hope you're all well. John Robinson. Evening, Phil. Evening, John. And happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. I'm not going to give away my age because I'm old. We stop thinking about age when we're old. Jeremy's with us as well. Hey, Jeremy. Hope you're doing well as well. Louis Rizzo also see about Paramount discontinuing standard Blu-rays and only going with UHD and DVD. Well, I've not heard anything about that, but if we can fill us in with more information, that would be quite interesting. Why they just skip Blu-ray and go 4K or DVD? Slipknot fan, good evening, Slipknot. Hope you're all well. Nicholas, happy belated birthday. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Joe Snowden's with us as well. Hey, Joe. We've got Dano Trooper. Hey, Dano Trooper. Simon B. Kelly. Hey, Simon. Hope you're doing well. Kevin Malloy. Good evening, Kevin. I'm looking through the comments at the same time, so if I'm delayed, then yeah. Jerry Carr, Phil is 21. Shh, don't spoil the surprise. Ridley Cinema, hey Ridley, hope you're doing well as well. Glenn is in the comments. Can you send me the link? No, go on the Facebook page. Well, it's not on Facebook yet, not until we've got a couple more likes on that. But yeah, it should be in Patreon, Glenn. You're an embarrassment. And Silent Hill is with us as well. Good evening. Hope you're all doing very well. I've not got many slides ready today because I am a bit behind. Literally, this was the only one advertising my next video. So it's a shopping video. So yeah, but it does delve into my hectic life. Oh, Glenn wants the StreamYard link, and I don't know how to send it to him now. Let's have a look. Sorry, bear with me, folks. I should have been more prepared on this. Let's get it across to him. So with the box sets, does everyone here collect box sets? And what sort of box sets do you tend to go for? Do you tend to go for the franchises, or do you tend to get the box sets that bring in a whole range of things, like the Columbia Pictures collection or the Arrow Enter the Video store? Let me know, and we can bring those into the conversation in a moment. I'm just messaging Glenn because I didn't send him a link earlier. Foolish boy. Sorry about this. I'm so unprepared. There we go, Glenn. Right, Glenn, if you're watching, that is on the way across to you right now. There we go. Back to the comments. Yeah, Jeremy's taking the blame. The reason that I was a few seconds late and the reason I've not got the things across to Glenn is because I was chatting to Jeremy over on the Facebook page. So, yeah, Jeremy, I'm going to blame you. Ridley Cinema is asking for Glenn. Glenn is on the stream because I've just sent him across the link. So should that be on in just one moment. Louis Rizzo, Blair Witch from Second Sight is already out of print. Emailed them about the audio issue. Orbit DVD still has some. Mine arrived on Friday. So as with a lot of boutique labels, Second Sight is another one that sometimes suffers from slight issues with the disc, and there is a sound issue on one of the discs. They've included the incorrect audio, so they have got a replacement service set up. So if you head over to their Second Sight Facebook page, they've got the details of it on there as well. In relation to the box sets, so Jeremy, I wouldn't say I collect box sets, but I buy occasionally. Brian Smith normally goes for the franchises. Oh, we've got hi, Mighty Goose. Hope you are well from New Zealand. I think it's early hours there in the morning. Jeremy, do TV series count as a box set, or are we talking films with sequels? I think the TV shows were going to delve into this with the box sets, I think, Jeremy, because it kind of lines in to one of the things I wanted to talk about with the box sets and how we collect them as well. So, yeah, I think TV seasons do count as a box set. Silent Hill, some movies are available only as part of a box set. Yep, I've suffered from that. I've got one to show here as well. Batcave, good evening, Batcave. Hope you're well as well. Ridley Cinema. When I started collecting, I was too OCD. I wanted my films in individual cases. I think it looks more presentable. Now that I'm upgrading stuff to 4K, I do pick up 4K boxes for convenience. Silent Hill. So I wanted to buy Hard to Kill Blu-ray, but only find it as part of a box set. And I think this is the trouble with some box sets when they only release certain titles as part of a box set. One of them that falls into that for me was this was imported from Australia. I got the After Dark neo-noir cinema box set, and I bought this for a particular 2 titles. I got a whole box set that's full of, we've got six movies in here, all there. So there was Crimson Rivers, Wave the Gun, Knock, The Yards, Blue Steel, and Internal Affairs. Out of these, I really wanted the upgrade on Knock and Wave the Gun. They were the 2 titles that I wanted, but it's had to come as part of the box set. At the time, Knock didn't have their release from Arrow, so I was forced into buying this massive box set here, which I got for a reasonable price, but I was kind of forced into doing it. They've still not released these individual, and Wave the Gun is still not there. So it's a case of having to have that box set to have the titles that you want. And is it right to split down a box set and just literally keep the individual titles on the of the films that I wanted and sell the rest? Would they sell separately themselves? What would you do? Would you keep the nice big box set with its nice presentation and its little booklet in here? Or would you just sell the ones that you weren't keen on, that you didn't want in the collection? That's funny. Would you split it down like that? Just heading back to the comments. I'm falling behind already. There we go. Dano Trooper. I like collecting box sets with multiple films from the same director or actor. I've got a box set from the same producer as well. They did a Jerry Bruckheimer box set, which had a collection of 8 Jerry Bruckheimer movies. And that's a nice set. It's a set that I keep on the shelf as well. Box sets do save a lot of shelf space most of the time, says Jeremy. I think some of the box sets can be quite they take a lot of storage, particularly like the Shore Scope from Arrow Video. That's a massive thing. It doesn't sit very easily on the shelves either. Simon B. As a completist, I'll buy them if they include something special, exclusive, or if they're a complete collection. Slim Up Fan. Phil's pulled a Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation and got himself a new look. Yes, I think it needs sorting out a little bit. It's a bit messy. I've just got back from kickboxing, but yeah, the long hair, it has gone. I was working on a TV show and got kind of tired of the process of getting all the prosthetics on when you've got long hair. So as soon as I finished that, I just chopped it off. Got it chopped off. Nicholas Dickens. I love box sets for TV mostly, Star Trek, X-Files, and that kind of thing. I think some of them are nice. I find that the box sets for the TV shows, as time goes on, they release the lesser box sets. So when they first come out, they do have these nice big boxes, but then as time goes on and they want to sell more, they'll reduce the price and put them in inferior boxes. For example, I think Entourage was rammed into just one DVD case full of the discs in a sleeve, and I know the previous release had a box, and each season had the individual boxes. Ridley Cinemas just noticed I've cut my hair as well. I think on the new video that I've just put out, I think some of the video was done before I cut my hair and some afterwards, so it's a bit jarring when you look through that as well. Big Jace is with us as well. Good evening, Jace, and a million watching around the globe. I think you're a little bit off with your numbers there, Jace. Ridley Cinema. I'm still OCD about having my Blu-ray titles individually, so there's some titles I'm just never going to own because they're part of a Blu-ray box set. That's fair. Silent Hill. I have Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray box set, and I bought the 4K lately, so I have 2 copies of the first movie on Blu-ray. Now, this is something that I suffer with as well, with the box sets. I have the nice Tarantino Double X box set that they released. I really like the box set. I think it's a great looking thing. And I've upgraded Reservoir Dogs. I've upgraded Pulp Fiction onto 4K. And there's more to come, but I just don't want to get rid of the box set because there's other things in there that I want to keep hold of it for. I don't know why, really, because there are better discs for all of those films out there. Even True Romance from Arrow, that's within the box set, but it's a better edition from Arrow, so I don't know why I keep that box. It looks nice, it's a big thing, and yeah, I think that's the collector in me that says keep hold of the box set, even though I've got them all individually as well anyway. Strange. John Beggs, I bought that new J-horror box set from Arrow for one film. Was not worth it in the end. I think Arrow is the here's the thing. I know I put on the thumbnail the picture of, where are we? The Enter the Video Store, the Arrow video there. There are titles in there that I know a lot of people want to try and watch individually. They want the titles individually, but they're being forced into buying the box set. Now, Arrow, over time, they do sometimes get these films out individually, but for the first year or two, you can only get them in the box set. And if you buy that box set, it's again back to the thing of, do you sell those individual titles that you don't actually want or don't care for, just keeping the ones that you do, or do you keep the box set altogether? I'd be interested to know what you think. Do you keep the whole box set, or do you sell them individually? Right, Jeremy. Yeah, definitely quite a few sets out there that I only want one, a title or two from because they don't have individual releases, or the individual release is out of print. Found that quite a bit. I did it with. Does anyone remember? There was a Clint Eastwood box set that came out. I forgot what the box set was called, but it had, I think, 10 movies in there, and it was one of the box sets that I went on to sell. But a couple of the titles in there were out of print and fetching more money. So I literally, when I sold the whole box set, I split it down and sold the titles individually because it was worth more than selling the box set. Um, I think it was High Plains Drifter that was fetching a lot more, but yeah, because the individual was out of print, it was worth more on its own than the box set altogether. It's really strange, really strange. Silent Hill 82, Luca Besson Blu-ray box set is a nice one. What films does that include on there? I don't know if I've seen that box set. It's one I would be interested in, for his earlier films at least. Nicholas Dickens, most film box sets have at least one film that sucks. Looking at you, RoboCop 3. Now, I've got the RoboCop films individually. So I've got the Arrow of RoboCop, the Scream Factory of RoboCop 2, and I got the Scream Factory of RoboCop 3. Now, it's a bad film, but it's the extras on this one that really interest me because I like that it absolutely sucks, and then hearing people talk about it after the fact and having interviews with Fred Decker, who directed it, it really sort of appealed to me. So I did add that to the collection more for the extras than the actual movie itself. Ridley Cinema. This also goes along with the last stream about collector's editions. Some collector's edition box sets are unique. Have you seen the Fast and the Furious box set that looks like a tire and makes a noise? I have seen the Fast and Furious box set that looks like a tire. I did not realize that it makes a noise. That's pretty amazing. But the thing is with the box sets on a franchise like this as well, they never ever feel complete. Speaking of complete, I'm going to complete our live stream and add Glenn to the stage.
That was smooth. I like it.
I know, nice segue. Hey.
Yeah, it was very good. It's very good.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Just talking about the franchise collections because
right, okay.
You know we're talking about box sets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a franchise box set like Fast and Furious, it's nice to have the complete collection, but with the franchise, these collections never seem complete. Because I had a Fast and Furious 1 to 4 box set, which was complete collection. Then they started releasing more, and then there was a new box set. And as a collector, you kind of want the newer box set with the complete lot in it. And then there's another film, and suddenly you're just buying box set on box set just to have everything looking nice and all together. Do you go in for the box sets like this? Because I know you're a big Bond fan. How many Bond box sets have you bought to have that set looking complete in a box?
That's a good question. With Bond, I can't think, to be honest. I mean, obviously with Bond, as we've said before, it's kind of gone from format to format. So what was nice was, at least with Bond to a degree, when you get a new set released, you've got so many titles to go at already. So it all comes out quite uniform and they all look similar because they've got them to do rather than just one or two titles type of thing. I mean, like all the VHS always used to look uniform all the way along, which was nice. And I think to a degree, I think even the Daniel Craig ones, though, ended up looking different with each release. So I think mine, I've got the big box set that they came out for one of the anniversaries that was one of them horrible, really long sets that has a long book in it, and all of the films were in the sleeves within the book. And then the Daniel Craig stuff came out, and that's obviously completely different. I think they left one slot available for, I think it was Skyfall that was coming out, so that could go into it and stuff. But it just doesn't look uniform in any way, shape, or form. I hate that big box set, and I keep thinking about replacing it with the smaller kind of just card slip one. where they're all piled into a great big fat array where you get like 8 or 9 titles all shoved in there.
See, I don't like them. I don't like them box sets. Just one array. It's
I'd rather have a single title, a single array, and have them just all lined up, but as long as they're uniform.
Yeah.
It's like when we were talking about remember I showed you the Godfather ones.
Yeah.
Godfather 1, 2, 3, all released at the same time. And Godfather 1 and 2, the spines are identical. And then the third one's just different. And there's no need for it whatsoever. No. They almost don't look at it like, I'm just going to do that to take it a little darker. There we go. I know it shouldn't matter, but we're bothered about how it looks on a shelf. We've established this.
Yeah.
It's bad enough with the front cover, let alone how a spine looks. But Godfather's probably a good example of how messy that looks. But I noticed you were talking about Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And were you talking about that set where it was like a wheel?
Yes.
Where it was a tyre and what have you? Yeah. Which at the time, you think, oh, that looks nice. But it doesn't go with anything else.
No.
It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Absolutely. And then it's not complete, is it? You sort of get a set. I don't know which number they released that for, if it was like Fast and Furious 8 that came in the wheel. But what do you do with 9 and 10 when they come out on Blu-ray? That's not going to sit together, is it?
You set them next to the spare wheel and just looks weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you buy another copy of 7 or whatever it was. So that sits nicely on your shelf. Mm-hmm. And then you present your wheel on a shelf somewhere else.
One of the things that we did mention earlier that you weren't here for was the... do you ever split box sets? So I got a box set like this, and I wanted like 2 or possibly 3 movies out of it that I really wanted. I don't mind having the rest in the collection, but I wanted 2 or 3 out of this. Would you split down a box set and just keep the ones you want, or do you keep the whole box set?
Yeah, I mean, something like that. There's a couple in there that I know I'd probably sell.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother me. I think I did that with there was an M. Night Shyamalan or Shyamalan or Shamalama Ding Dong, however you want to say it, that had a sleeve on it. I think I replaced. Did I get Unbreakable on 4K? So I just I just took the Blu-ray out of that set, and then I actually threw away the card sleeve that it came in, the box thing, and just had the other 2 titles just separate on the shelf. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine when it's a box set and you've got the individual arrays inside. Mm-hmm. It's when, like we've talked about, like that Bond one, for example, that's kind of like sleeves within a book.
Yeah.
The Hitchcock collection as well. It's not like you can pick ones that you don't like and sell them separately because they haven't got a separate case. You don't want to be... There's no point selling like disc only because you get very little for it. So you end up just thinking, I'll just leave the set complete and I'll leave it in there instead.
Yeah. I get you.
I get you.
Right, let me skip back to comments because I've got a couple more things I want to bring up in relation to these. So hopefully I've not lost track. Dano Trooper, I like to keep the entire box, so I tend to find sets where I'm interested in at least 50% of what's in it. Yeah, that's fair. The one that I keep waving around there, they are all films I'll check out. I don't mind having them in the collection. There's no one title that I hate and don't want it to be there. The box set it's a solid box set, to be fair. There was just the couple that are the ones that I really wanted that really pushed me to buy that set. Louis Rizzo, annoyed that Disney Plus shows are only in 4K and not standard. Yes, I'm annoyed that the Disney Plus shows are only on Steelbook and not on Amaray as well. It's kind of a annoying one. Last Movie Standing. Hey Brian, hope you're well. Least favorite box are the steel box sets with the giant spaces. You know,
somebody was on about them a while. Was it a Harry Potter set or Game of Thrones one?
Both have that.
Both. They have like quite a big sponge divide, don't they, between the steelbooks, which is good. It keeps the steelbooks safe, but
I've never actually seen one in the flesh. I've seen them online and everything, but I've never been tempted to seek them out or look for them because they do take up a lot of room. I see the reasons for the spongy thing, for safety and things not getting damaged. But you got a bigger steel tin around other steel tins that can all scratch up pretty easily.
Biscuit tins around biscuit tins.
Steel books, not biscuit tins.
Biscuit tins. Biscuit tins.
Nicholas Dickens. I do dislike re-released box sets, mostly for TV. Like I say, they shove the discs into cardboard sleeves. Grr. Arg.
Arg.
One of the things that gets me about the TV box sets in the collections is the non-uniformity, which you've just spoke about with the Bond films. You've collected a TV series. Suddenly you've gone from quite a big sort of stodgy case. Walking Dead was an example of this. They've got quite a thick case, and then the next release is a lot thinner. Then you've got the text in different places, and the only way to keep it uniform is to eventually get that final box set. And yeah, I think all TV shows suffer from the non-uniformity across seasons. There's change in Digipack, Amaray, it changes all the time. Walking Dead was terrible for it.
I don't know why it's not as simplistic as they release something, let's say season 1 and season 2, and then it comes to season 3, and they don't just go, right, what artwork did we use for season 1 and season 2? Okay, well, we'll just change that to season 3 and keep the order of things in the same design. I don't know why they have to kind of mix it up so much. I've realised my lighting's going to go weird because I'm wearing a dark top. It seems to be the way. Seems to be the way. Yeah.
Ridley Cinema. Do you inspect discs? I never do. I know I should. I had to scrub a Blu-ray today. It looked like someone had used sandpaper on it. Thankfully, I cleaned it well, and it works. There's box sets that do come with the films in individual cases, but have a cardboard holder. Don't display the films with the holder, though. That's fair. I'll never inspect the discs, to be fair. I just hope that they're all right. Louis Rizzo, fun conversation starter about box sets. Tremors duology from Arrow versus the Walmart Steelbook set with all 7. I've not seen either. I don't think. I do like the individual Tremors release for the first one, but I don't feel like I need to have any of the others, to be fair.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the box set for the first. I just picked up I think I picked it up on 4K. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. But I just got the individual standard release for it.
I don't mind. If I had the others, I'd just buy a cheap box set of all of them. I'm not paying a fortune for them. They were direct-to-video movies. I think I've mentioned before, I don't know why Arrow released Tremors 2 on such a plush edition.
Yeah, it was a really nice box. And randomly, that box set totally matched with the box set for the first one.
Yeah.
Were all of the films after the first one, were they all direct-to-video?
They're all direct-to-video, yeah. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy them. I thought Tremors 2 was really enjoyable, but I don't think it deserves that sort of treatment. It's I know there's collectors out there that will argue with me, but no, it was a direct-to-DVD movie. It doesn't deserve a limited edition release. Perhaps a nicer release, yeah, but limited edition hard box with booklets with restoration. No, it doesn't need that. They're bloody rinsing you, collectors, all of you.
I don't think after the second one, I don't think I watched any of them. You know,
didn't you?
Was the one that was set in the past, like a western?
Third one's back to perfection.
Oh right, well that's as far as I got then. I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. Anthony Lipiello is with us as well. Good evening, Anthony. Late to the party, but you're here, and that's all that matters.
It's quite all right. So was I.
Kevin Malloy got this Stallone box set for a good price online recently, but won't be able to resist getting the Demolition Man Arrow box set. Now, I think there's a few that are going in for that Demolition Man. One thing with the Stallone box set, this is what makes me laugh with the individual releases versus the box sets. That Stallone box set, has it got 4 movies in there? I think
5 into it. Tango and Cash, Assassin. Get it off my shelf.
Cobra. Yeah, this one, I think you can pick it up between £10 and £15, something like that. But they've gone in for rinsing the collectors. I think it was Cobra and another one got released on Steelbook at like £18 each. Exactly the same discs. That's the one.
Cobra, Assassins, Tango and Cash, The Specialist, Demolition Man.
Yeah.
2 Amarais. Yeah.
So I think it's a box set to keep, even if you're upgrading the Demolition Man, I think. But you can't sell it separately because they're all in one case. Not all in one case, all in 2 cases. I think you've got 2 in one and 3 in the other, if I'm right.
Correct, yeah. Part 1 is Cobra, Assassins, and Tango and Cash, and then Part 2 is The Specialist and Demolition Man.
So that's a box set you can't really sell. You'd have to double up on Demolition Man if you wanted that upgrade as well.
I need to go back through them. I keep meaning to rewatch Cobra. I've not watched that for such a long time.
Yeah. Nicholas Dickens just mentioned, I did mention my RoboCop 2 and 3, the Screen Factory releases. Nicholas Dickens says, I'd love the extras for RoboCop 3 and 2. Screen Factory ones are the ones to look for, especially with them having a sale on tomorrow.
Have they?
Yeah. Slipknot fan, is there a movie people told you to avoid or had bad reviews, but you went and watched anyway and actually enjoyed it or ended up agreeing with them?
Oh man, that's a good one. It's a good question.
I'm not sure. I never used to pay attention to anyone that told me about movies, really. When I was growing up, I ignored them and I'd just go and watch anything anyway.
Yeah, I always wanted to make my own mind up. I think the probably the most recent thing that kind of springs to mind that everybody seemed to have hated, and I didn't hate it, I didn't think it was an amazing film or anything, was Joker Part 2.
Right.
I don't think it deserves kind of the hatred that people were throwing at it, but I think more than anything, it wasn't what people were expecting.
Yeah. John says hi, Glenn.
Hi, John. Talking of Joker, I hope your Converse are okay, John. The last time I was on, when was I on last? Was it when I was away? Whenever I was away, anyway, I was on my iPhone. I couldn't see any comments at the same time, so I wanted to ask John if he liked his Converse or not, which he bought off me from eBay.
There we go. You've got some love here. I skipped over these comments earlier, but yeah, finally, Glenn is here. What do you mean, finally?
Hey, Dano Trooper.
Jeremy says hi. Anthony
Hi,
says,
Jeremy. Hey, Anthony.
Brian says there's a Sean Connery 4K box set rumored for 2025.
I did see that mentioned on Twitter today, yeah.
Yes.
Which unfortunately means there'll then be you'll get Lazenby's single release, you'll get a Roger Moore box set, you'll get a Timothy Dalton box set. Oh, can I go through it all and replace all of them onto 4K? Really? I'm going to say no, but I probably will.
Yes. Well, sorry, I've lost my comment that I was looking for now. John, Fast and Furious one. John has the Fast and Furious wheel that had 1 to 5 in it. But I didn't know the discs that come in, as it holds about 12 discs in it. I'm
wondering if that's the one I'm thinking of. I thought it was for like a single release, but yeah, I'm wondering if it was that had 1 to 5 in it.
Yeah,
which is okay. Like I say, if that kind of ended the franchise, but or did you just say there was space in it so you could fit 12 movies?
Up to about 12, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it might fit the lot in, but if they carry on doing them. There we go. Jeremy, I want some Shaw Brothers, not all. I want some from Enter the Video Store, but not all. Which is, I think eventually they'll go individual. Eventually, as soon as the set has dropped, they've got the smaller, lesser edition of it now, but you've still got to buy the lot at the moment.
Well, that's the edition I ended up picking up. I had some credit and got it from CEX, but I mean, even with that, I wanted it for Cellar Dweller because I remember watching that as a kid. I remember at junior school, so I bet I was kind of 8 or 9, and I'd seen Cellar Dweller at that point. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've been about 9. I watched Cellar Dweller, and one of my school projects was I did like it was a cellar door and opened it up, and there was a monster behind it and whatever, and that was Cellar Dweller. So I do kind of want to rewatch that, but I think there's something like Robot Jocks is in there, which
Arena,
but Arena, yeah. Is it Dolls that's in there? Yeah.
Dolls in there as well.
Because Dolls had a separate release from somebody else, didn't it?
88 Films, I think, is it?
88 Films, yeah.
We've also got Super Steve Jones says, big up Phil and Glenn. And
Super Steve Jones.
Has anyone seen Blake 7 Series 1 on Blu-ray? Heard mixed reviews. I saw the Blu-ray on the shelf in HMV when I was wandering the other day and took a little bit of a video on the back of it because I know someone was asking about the extras. So that's on my next video that you'll see. But it's not one I've read up on at all. But yes. One of the things with the box sets that I've not done as well is certain upgrades I've avoided. Do you remember this Chucky box set?
Yep.
This is where I'm struggling with upgrade. And then you start getting the individual ones for their other releases. So tempted to pick up the Arrow box set just to have them all in one thing, because it's a franchise that you started collecting. Then there's suddenly new releases. Then there's suddenly a new box set. I don't know. Should I get suckered into the Arrow one? It's not like I watch these very often anyway. It's not like
so no is the answer.
Exactly. That's why
it really should. I mean, ultimately, this whole subject, it shouldn't really matter, because if we've got the films, that's kind of what matters, isn't it? It shouldn't matter what it kind of looks like on your shelf and things.
Yeah.
You know, if our shelves were on display every day, and there was like people walking past, and they were going, "Oh, look at their shelves! Oh, doesn't match! Oh," but nobody else sees them. So why are we that bothered, really?
That's it. Unless it's the extras that you tend to go for, and it's one of the another box set. Another reason for having a box set. I got this one for something in particular. The Dark Knight trilogy, the white box release. Made sure I got this box set because it was the Christopher Nolan and Richard Donner A Conversation special feature. And it wasn't available in any of the box sets. It was only on this box set. So, of course, I had to have this one. I had to change the discs that I already had or whatever just to get that extra feature because it was exclusive to this set. That's ridiculous, right? Do you do stuff like that for the box sets? Are they worth it? Because another example of it was, sorry, I know you're about to speak, but
no.
Die Hard Legacy box set. It's a crummy little box set, but I'll tell you what, it's got the extra disc in that I can't get out. No, that's not it. We don't want that one. Only available in this set, Decoding Die Hard, the extra features disc.
Didn't even know that was a thing, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So, I mean, also, look at this. What an extra feature.
Joy.
So, how do I split that box set down?
With great ease. Throw the ones away that you hate. Throw the cardboard away.
Yeah.
Your extras disc next to 1, 2, and 3. Did you like Die Hard 4.0? I can't remember whether you did or not.
Did I like it? Not at the time.
I feel like you've been a little more swayed towards it because of the Kevin Smith connection.
I wasn't too keen on it at the time, but since I've been back to it, I've eased up on it, especially since seeing the 5th one. You sort of go back and watch the 4th, and the 4th doesn't seem as bad. It does have echoes of Die Hard at time, but it's not like a full-on Die Hard movie, if you know what I mean. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with it. I can live with 4.0. It's the 5th one that's just complete.
Yeah, you see, I didn't like 4, didn't like 5. I remember at the time, the very first time I watched Die Hard with a Vengeance, I wasn't enamored by it.
Yeah.
It suddenly wasn't
trapped in a building.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Suddenly he was free and he was out and about and he was on the streets and he was tearing around, and it was kind of a completely different action movie and didn't feel like it was within the Die Hard franchise to a degree. As a film on its own, I think it's great. But I remember at the time feeling like, it just doesn't feel Die Hardy. They've taken it in a different direction completely.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody really talks about the second one, but I thought the second one was very good.
It was, yeah. I was good with the second. Sorry, I've just dropped my lid.
That's quite right.
Yeah, I was fine with the second, but would you go for what I was asking?
Sorry.
Would you go far enough to buy a box set just for extra features and stuff? or go back to it, or keep a box set just for the extra features? There's that as well.
No, I don't know if I would, to be honest.
Because that box set had some great extra features on that haven't been ported across, as far as I know, as well. So
yeah, it did, but I traded that in, and I've just literally gone for Alien and Aliens in 4K because they're the best films. And if I had the option of, if somebody sat me down and said, right, you're going to watch an Alien film, and you can only watch one, what you're going to watch? I'm not going to watch Alien Resurrection. It's just not going to happen. It would always be Alien or Aliens. Alien 3, I kind of want to love it more than I actually do because of it being Fincher. And it's an okay film. I don't think it's a great film.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is potentially, there was a lot of studio intervention, and all of the cast hated David Fincher and stuff because he was like some American outsider kind of coming in with all these big ideas. And I don't think the British cast were particularly nice to him and things. But if I was going to watch an Alien film, it'd be Alien or Aliens. Hence why I upgraded them, and I just dumped the box set.
Yeah.
You know, even if there's an amazing documentary on Alien Resurrection, I don't really care because I don't like the film all that much. So, no, I'd probably dump it. I'd be brutal and get rid.
Yeah. Fair. Comments. Dano Trooper also likes those After Dark box sets. Wave the Gun and Crimson Rivers are a couple of favourites.
They are with us as well, Dano Trooper. Good choice.
Crimson Rivers needs a proper UK release as well. It had a sequel, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Was it Crimson Rivers 2?
What a crazy title! But yeah, I think it probably was.
There we go. I've never seen the sequel, but
I think Jean Reno came back for that, didn't he? But Cassell didn't.
I don't remember.
I think I might be wrong.
Pugwall 316. When you get a really well-researched booklets and commentaries with people who actually worked on the films, etc. Yeah, I think they're good. It just depends on the film for me a lot. I think some of the limited edition booklets that are well researched, as good as they are, they're just not of interest to me if it's not the right movie.
Some of them are just like fluff. They're just added extra that you read it once and you know you'll never read it again, which is unfortunate. But I think we were saying, was it last week or the week before? Sorry, I went out for a meal before before I came on here. What was I saying? Yes, we were talking about rather than having like postcards and a booklet and all this kind of stuff, give me a good documentary. Give me audio commentaries, but audio commentaries from the actors, definitely from the director, not from some down the list producer who really got anything to say. They've just desperately kind of gone down a list and gone, will you do an audio commentary? No, I'm too busy. Will you do an audio? No, I'm too busy. And then they go like, second hairdresser. Would you do an audio? Well, I'm not doing anything else. Oh yeah,
we'll get you that some of the, I don't mean to sound horrible, but some of the interviews on the second side discs, they pack them full of new interviews and things like that, but they're quite random people from the film as well. That I'm like, who?
It's like some taxi driver that once had the director in his cab. Yeah, I'll do an audio commentary. I've never watched the film. Will that matter? No, you'll be fine. Come on. It'll be all right.
Some of the talking head interviews on some of the boutique labels I find quite reaching as well, who they tend to find.
But yeah, I don't like the ones that are dead shallow, where they just go on and it's literally just praise for absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and when Dave came in through the door, I just knew, and he just blew us all away. And it's all like that. I'm not interested. Not interested.
Yeah.
I'm already watching the film. I've already bought the film. I don't need you going, oh, everybody's so amazing. But they tend to do that as well when it's not a great film.
Yeah.
They're having to big it up a little bit more than because it just needs it.
There's got to be some light in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Pugwell 316 says Confessions of a box set from Indicator is a great set, and that they do an amazing set. I'll agree. The Indicator ones have been great sets. If the movie's for you, I've got the Ray Harryhausen ones, which are really good. and they're with Sinbad Harryhausen, same.
We've not bought the Confession set now, have we?
Ridley Cinema, who at the studio also expects any collector will pay $250 for 4K sets of Seinfeld or Friends.
Well, people will.
Yeah, I think there's people out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Or not. Pop culture. I was going to buy Ted Lasso on Blu-ray, but then announced talks about another season, so holding off. And again, it's that thing, isn't it, of the uniformity on the shelves and having that final complete box set.
Well, Ted Lasso, I mean, that did come to an end, didn't it? And then Apple were like, I don't know, really. It's the only thing people really talk about. And we've not got many subscribers. I know. Let's do another season of Ted Lasso.
Why not?
Crazy.
What it's worth. Johnny, you did all miss the start. Boo.
So
Everyone
did I.
annoying me on Sunday. Oh, hope we're not annoying you, Johnny. Hope we're not. Jerry Carr, Puppet Master Blu-ray box set, 12 movies with a bonus raw behind-the-scenes footage disc. Since its release, they made 2 more sequels. One film, the third from the box set, is now on 4K. What do you do with your box sets when there is a new 4K version out there? Do you keep, for example, I've got the Halloween box set that Screen Factory did. It was the ultimate box set. It was the final one, and then they started releasing the 4K. The Screen Factory didn't release this, but this came out, and I bought this one. Then Screen Factory started releasing their individuals. Would you keep this and keep the box set, or would you change the discs in the box set and replace it with the 4K?
I'd keep the box set. I'd treat them as 2 separate entities, because you're not going to rebuy all of the Halloween movies.
No.
Okay, are you? So, is that the US import? Was that more of a foil kind of slipcover?
Yeah, US import Halloween. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going again. Because the English one, I'm sure, isn't foil.
You can see my thumb marks on it. Yeah.
I'm over here, lot.
Oh my goodness me! It's up and down. More time.
Oh, I've got so many bits wedged on my shelf, lot. There we go. Oh, the UK one had 5 art cards. And you know I love an art card.
What have you done with the art cards?
So yeah, the English one wasn't foil like the US thing, but it's really thick and glossy.
Nice.
Yeah. I've never looked at the art cards, I don't think. I'm going to look at the art cards. Sorry, I know we're not talking about Halloween. It's not like me to go off on a tangent, I know, but that's quite a nice one, though, straight away, isn't it?
There we go. Glad you got used for your art cards that are in this set. We ought to do a live stream, just unearthing lost art cards from our collection.
I didn't know. I can't get these out.
Really interesting.
We will never know what the other ones are because I can't undo the thing.
Just rip it.
I'm surprised, look. There's a picture of Loomis. Who'd have thought that? Picture of Jamie Lee. Anyway. So yeah, I would literally. I never bought a box set of the Halloween movies. All of mine have just been individual releases. So when I bought this, I did just get rid of the individual release of the first one.
Yeah.
But I won't upgrade the others.
That's fair. That's fair. NCH 103. I like box sets to look premium. Curzon box sets look really nice, for example. Not really interested.
Hi, Nick. I know Nick.
Or standard Blu-rays put in and out of cardboard sleeve sort of thing.
I like box sets to look premium. If you knew Nick, that is a very Nick thing to say. He likes everything pristine.
Fair. It's fair. Fair point.
Yeah,
some of the box sets that I've got are quite disappointed because they're literally the thinnest card and just the standard looking cases just jammed in for.
Well, not just that. Nick's one of those keep everything in cellophane and, don't open it, don't ruin it. Just keep it immaculate, keep it brand new, and not actually use it or appreciate it. Because he's one of those weirdo collectors. But yeah.
Slipknot fan. I heard Cobra 2 is in the works.
Really? What, Stallone coming back?
I'll be interested to see if he makes any sort of appearance for Cliffhanger 2.
Yeah,
Or it's
I mean,
a complete reboot.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that. Well, he was coming back, wasn't he? No, I don't think he's going to make a cameo because it was literally Cliffhanger 2, wasn't it? The script was written as that, and then he decided not to return, which is why his character is now gone, and it's been replaced by Pierce Brosnan's character. So it was going to be Stallone, his two daughters, and the adventure is based around his two daughters, but because he hasn't returned, it's completely different mountaineering kind of people.
We'll say I'm quite looking forward to seeing what we make of it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't mind that it's a remake. Enough time's passed, and yeah.
I say I don't necessarily think it's a remake. I think it is still, they've pretty much kept the script structure of it being a sequel.
Yeah. We'll see. Wait for more information.
Got very dark again, look.
Steve Jones, looking forward to Jackie Brown and Kill Bill 1 and 2 on 4K.
I'm back here. So a lot. Okay.
I would pre-order them today if I could.
Yeah, the artwork for the US ones is lovely. Really nice.
Artwork that someone sent me, it looks like steel book artwork. So I don't know if it is the actual artwork or if it's a special. But
when you say what somebody sent you, it was me that sent it you.
Was it you?
Yeah. But no, these are the slip covers for the normal releases. I think I deleted the Jackie Brown one. The Kill Bill one's very nice anyway. Kill Bill Volume 1 and then Kill Bill Volume 2. There we go, which is also very nice as well. Yeah. I have deleted the Jackie Brown one, but that was a very nice cover as well. But over here, there's still talk that we're getting the whole bloody affair rather than the individual films.
I'd still like to see a nicer version of the Japanese cut. To be honest with you, as well, I've still got the DVD on the side because I've not seen a Blu-ray knocking about for it.
Well, is that not realistically classed as the whole bloody affair?
No.
Was the whole bloody affair then just the movie Volume 1 and Volume 2 mashed together as one film? I thought that was also the fact that it wasn't black and white for the fight scene as well. That was all.
No, that was rumored for the whole bloody affair. The Japanese cut is literally just a different cut of it. The whole bloody affair is both of them mashed together, but things changed, order changed, and things taken out, and different little bits and bobs, from what I understand. And I
didn't know the order was different.
Yeah, I believe that the might have colorized it, but I don't. This was all rumor and conjecture from years ago, so I don't know if something's changed or not. But yeah, it was completely retooled as its own thing.
I'm just going to pull a hoodie on, just see if it makes a difference color-wise to my lighting. I don't think it will, but
okay. Regular cinema,
dark and light.
Our collections are self-gratifying. Ain't trying to impress anyone other than ourselves. I think we are really trying to impress people, but we've just got no one to show it to, and no one that we know that will come around that it's impressive to as such.
Yeah, I think we are trying to please ourselves, type of thing. But
yeah, definitely.
Ultimately, it just I'm a really bad person to have on these things because I've once upon a time I was everything we talk about, everything, I buy things that I shouldn't have done, and I buy things because it matches something else. And I've said to you in the past, I've rebought a title before because I had it and it didn't have a slipcover, and then re-released it and it had a slipcover. So I rebought it and it was the same thing. And I've done all of that. And I'm, like I say, I'm probably a bad person to kind of have on it because I've come out of the other end of that. And I just do not do that anymore. It doesn't interest me. We had that whole thing about the Indiana Jones trilogy. I've got Raiders of the Lost Ark with a slipcover, Temple of Doom with a slipcover, Last Crusade hasn't got a slipcover, and I don't care. They're sat on my shelf because it's all about the film at the end of the day. What does it matter whether it's got a bit of cardboard around it or not?
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Speaking of things having cardboard around them, on the same sort of track in a way, Silent Hill's just piped up. I know it's heresy, but some digital movie sets have a nice price. They've not got cardboard. They've not got even box. But yeah, I agree. Digital movie sets do have a nice price. The individual prices are also very nice as well.
Yeah.
And to be honest, some of the collections, if it's a movie I really care about the first one, and I'm not as bothered about the sequels, I'm okay having the sequels on digital as long as I've got the shining star of the franchise on physical. I'm okay with having the rest on digital. Tremors, for example, that's when I've got the first one, the only one that matters. I've got it on physical. The rest are all on digital, and I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I've not got the full collection to show off, but I'm not bothered about the sequels that much. If I want to watch them again, they're there to hand. You know, I'm just not taking up shelf space with movies I'm not as interested in.
It's really weird, though, isn't it? From a collector mindset, in the respect of you could have the same amount of movies on digital format,
yeah,
but it wouldn't feel the same as having all of them sat on a shelf.
No.
Because it doesn't. I mean, we've had this conversation before. You know, you never really own the digital content anyway. You are just you're paying a license for accessing it from a library. Ultimately, you never actually own it, and it will feel different having a physical copy. But it's also different us walking in a room and it's sat there on a shelf, and it kind of, oh, we're definitely film fans because look at all the films we've got on a shelf.
Yeah,
like it's a a badge of honor.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Riddler Cinema. Guess we're not getting another Die Hard box set unless we get a 4K set. Wish we would have got a Die Hard 6 rather than 20 mockbusters Willis made in his last few years.
Yeah, I mean, you probably phrased it about right then, really, in his final years.
Yeah.
We know he was just, because of what he's suffering with, he's just churned out a load of crap just to make money and make sure his family's financially secure, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So you can't blame him for it in that respect, but
I think you see it in a different light for what he did, because there was a lot of those fans that were like, "What's he doing? Why is he doing this?" And it's gone bad and all this. And I feel bad for thinking that way of him after learning what he's going through and things like that and why he's doing it. It's like, yeah, I see now that he did all this lower grade stuff, and because he's looking after his family, he's keeping them safe for when. Yeah. For now, we can't do anything.
And these things were a quick turnaround, a quick paycheck. As daft as it sounds, if there were cheaper movies, the scripts probably weren't that great. They were probably easier for him to remember. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, when anybody like Bruce Willis passes away, nobody will mention that last load of crap anyway.
No.
It will be Die Hard star Bruce Willis, and he'll be remembered for that and Pulp Fiction and things like that. And it won't matter.
And Armageddon.
Which
Armageddon 4K next year. Yeah, Steve Jones, Armageddon 4K next year, apparently.
I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep.
Brian, double dipping on the Prometheus Blu-ray because there's a documentary only on the 4K 4-disc set that the 4K doesn't have. I didn't know that, actually. I need to check my Prometheus discs.
I don't think I own Prometheus anymore. I don't own a copy of Prometheus or whatever came after that. Alien Covenant. Yeah, I don't think I own that either.
Yeah, I think I've got Covenant, somewhere.
They're not ones I'd go back into, but if I did, they're sat there on Disney Plus anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's probably enough for me.
Jeremy, Glenn, forgetting your personal bias, let's say you are trying to get a friend into Bond. What Bond film is the most Bond film that you should show them and why?
Wow, okay.
That's a bit of a difficult one, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're not a Bond fan, and no. I don't think anything I said regarding Bond or a specific Bond film would get you to watch Bond anyway.
No.
Favourites of mine are Goldfinger, and I love The Living Daylights because The Living Daylights was the first one that I saw at the cinema. GoldenEye's a solid entry. I mean, Casino Royale's the best of the best, as far as I'm concerned. But everything, they've all got their own appeal.
Yeah.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service for saying it was Lazenby's only outing, and I actually thought Lazenby was a very good Bond, and he was badly advised to kind of, well, you're famous now, so move on. I think that was an error. But they've all got their appeal. The Roger Moore ones, they're all great in their own individual way.
That's fair.
Go on, say what you're going to say.
I don't like Bond movies that much.
I know you don't. Yeah,
I'll watch them, but I don't get that much enjoy it. I've not got any in the collection. Okay, so a little, but I think my favourite Bond, the ones that I enjoyed the most, was Timothy Dalton.
Yeah,
but I'm not a Bond fan, so I know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, License to Kill is a solid film. It was just ahead of its time, and everyone was like, "Oh no, that's not Bond. That's too brutal. Oh no, we can't do that." You know, even though he's a trained assassin.
Yeah.
But if that film had come out as part of the Daniel Craig franchise, everyone would have loved it. Oh, it's this really gritty thing against drug deals in Mexico and all that kind of stuff. They'd have absolutely adored it. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. So move on, Phil.
Okay. John Robinson, I find the downside to some collector box sets is it's too much hassle getting one film out of it to watch. That's fair.
You know when you've got the horrible plastic inserts where you have one disc sat behind and it's got like a plastic bit where the other disc sat on it.
Yeah.
And you're trying to pop them out and the flimsy plastic breaks and what have you. But I prefer that still to where it's just cardboard, where it's sat on top of each other, and it's. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, my dinner's still repeating on me.
Garlic?
Yeah, probably, because I've had Indian food. So, yeah, I have no doubt there is garlic in there.
Big Jace, Phil, did you look into getting the American Pie US for the reveal doc on the Blu-ray disc? I've not yet, no. I've not had a chance. And Black Friday is taking all my attention at the moment, just scouting around and seeing what deals I could find.
He's not going to get around to that. You're going to keep the other one and you'll keep the DVD.
Probably.
Documentary on it. Even though it's in standard definition. Who watches things in standard definition?
Ridley Cinema, the commentary for Dodgeball is hilarious. Vaughn and Stiller start fighting like 20 minutes in and then leave. The audio
really?
Start up the commentary for There's Something About Mary.
Wow.
Didn't
know that. That's quite cool.
Big Jace, what's annoying is like the Beverly Hills Cop box set is out, but the fourth is on Netflix, so we might not ever get a disc. Ruined a complete box set. I think that's going to be the thing with some streaming shows, and it's going to be.
Well, it is like. Sorry, go on.
Will it depend on licensing for something like Beverly Hills Cop? Because I'm sure they'd have had to pay a license to. Is it Paramount?
Yeah, Paramount.
To be able to do it, but will it end up going over to Paramount streaming, or will Paramount have the right to release it eventually? I'm not sure. I think. Keep an eye on that. It might surprise.
Well, my thing is, like I bought Knives Out, bought the 4K set, and then obviously Glass Onion came out, Netflix, short cinema run, never seen a physical release. And even though it's there on Netflix, I would like a nice little set of it. I'm hoping it might prompt them when the new one comes out, or we at least get a trailer for the new one.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Bunking. Bought the Prometheus set because it's a great documentary with a film as an extra.
Yeah, put it that way around instead. At this point, we won't mention that you were in Prometheus then.
Yeah. No. Ridley Cinema. I bet Bond needed to beat a 7-foot tall guy. Phil would suddenly be a die-hard Bond fan.
Yeah, Phil is very fickle. When he gets an audition for something, he'll suddenly go, "Oh yeah, I'm going to buy all the box sets and all that kind of stuff to do with it because I want to get to absorb in all the information about the project."
Can you remember when I forgot which Bond film it was, but they did ask me about my availability, and I think they it was just, I didn't go for a meeting or anything, but they were just reaching out tentatively, and I think it was the role that Batista.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was Spectre. I think it was where Dave Bautista ended up there.
Because I know they were checking availability and things for a Bond movie, and I'm sure that's what the role was. But obviously, we got a name like Batista, it's a sort of no go anyway, isn't it? It's what would they want with random 7-foot guy?
Yeah. So Batista did that before he did, long before he did Glass Onion with Daniel Craig, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was where the connection started.
Absolutely. Jeremy's just reminded me something. Are you going to share the leak pic from Twitter I sent you? This was, I think you sent it to me as well, Glenn, to be honest with you. It was the, I'm going to have to find it because I didn't put it on a slide or anything, but it was the release lineup for, or a rumored release lineup and anniversaries for Warner Brothers. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Well, you sent me a GIF of somebody hitting the screen with a leak.
Yes.
That
would be the one.
I do remember.
So I'll shout out all the 4K catalog slates and additional film anniversaries. These were the ones that I'll shout them all out, and then you can chat about any that you want. But there was 7 which we know about. There's Constantine. I'm not sure I knew about that on 4K. Amadeus, Lethal Weapon, which I think you sent me another gift for as well. Anyway, which I'm hoping to do the lot, but I'm not sure. The 007 Sean Connery collection, Boogie Nights Nightmare on Elm Street collection, Conjuring Corpse Bride. Was it Green Lantern?
So many of them were quite far into. I think they were kind of May, June onwards, weren't they?
Yeah, Blade Trilogy is listed as well, which I find that quite interesting. And then there's anniversaries, which we might get anniversary editions of things like Final Destination, Miss Congeniality, Goonies, Batman Begins, Shining, Pee-wee, Caddyshack, Private Mention, Dog Day Afternoon, Barry Lyndon. Is there anything on there that sticks out to you that you sort of want or anything?
I didn't. Did you say Blade Trilogy? Because I don't think I remember seeing. But I saw a separate thing that was saying about Blade 2.
Yeah,
Blade 2, I'd definitely pick up 4K.
So Blade Trilogy on there.
I saw one that just said Blade 2, so I'd definitely go Blade 2. Because it's equally as good as the first, if not, dare I say, a little bit better.
This Nightmare on Elm Street collection, do you think they're doing the full lot 4K?
Well, the picture was all of them separately, including New Nightmare and what have you. I feel like I might have deleted it. Hang on, let me go and delete it.
It's a bit of a thing when people like yourself have bought the first one already on 4K. Are you going to have to be buying the box set to have the lot and sort of repeat buying that first one on 4K?
Yeah, that was the post I saw, and it showed all the individual releases rather than kind of a box set. You know what? I don't think at a push I might go 2 and 3 on 4K, but beyond that, I'm not actually bothered about them being 4K. But they're my favourite ones. That's all.
I'd like the Lethal Weapon release. I'd like that to be the full lot of them.
Oh yeah, all in one hit.
I know the 4th one gets a lot of stick, but I get a lot of enjoyment out of Lethal Weapon 4.
It's a fun movie. It's still well made and stuff. Just on a different thing. There's the Jackie Brown cover, which is very nice artwork as well.
Yeah.
4's loads of fun. I love the fight at the end.
Yeah.
It's genuinely going into that. There was rumours that they were going to kill Mel Gibson off, and you didn't know before you went to see the film, and you're all watching that fight at the end, thinking, "Is this the end of him? Are they actually writing him out of it?"
Yeah.
I was glad they didn't, but
I'm glad they didn't. Yeah. I think out of all of these on the list as well, I think the biggest ones that's sticking out for me are Lethal Weapon and Boogie Nights. But Yeah.
Well, like when I sent you that about Boogie Nights, you said you were surprised that no kind of boutique label had picked it up and actually done like a really nice set of Boogie Nights, because it'd sell like crazy.
Well, Criterion released it on Laserdisc. Criterion had it for Laserdisc. So I was quite disappointed that they've not got it for Blu-ray and 4K. But I 100% got him for a nice Criterion edition of Boogie Nights. But we'll see if Warner Brothers can pull off any decent release, really. They'll probably get a Steelbook edition and then no one further down the line. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else about box sets I want to ramble about. Anything about box sets that stick out for you?
Just go through comments. Just go through. There's loads of comments. Loads of comments.
It's not loads.
There is. I keep seeing tick up.
Jerry Chair, very good evening to you.
Hey, Jerry.
It's blowing a gale in London.
Who's Gale? And why are you blowing gale? Oh, I see. Sorry. I apologise. I read it wrong. Terrible.
Ridley Cinema. Robert Englund must have personal reasons from reviving Freddy. Standing there acting scary. Isn't that physically demanding? Though I bet the makeup process is a pain.
Yeah. Ultimately, though, you know how they've... if they brought Englund back now and Heather Langenkamp and put them in a new Nightmare movie, it'd do gangbusters at the it really would. It's what people want to see. But I know they keep, people throw names around. I saw Walt, is it Walt Goggins or Walton Goggins? I can't think of his name. Somebody saying he'd make a great Freddy, and they always mentioned about Kevin Bacon being Freddy, and I think it was Robert Englund that said about Kevin Bacon. But
yeah, it was.
Ultimately, I think after the hash they made of trying to reboot it last time, they'd probably be better off just throwing money at Englund and Heather Langenkamp, get them back for another one. Even if that way it kind of, like I say, it's not massively taxing. And what kind of career has Robert Englund had outside of Freddy anyway, to be honest? Yes, he's done other things. He's cropped up in numerous kind of horror things, but it's Nightmare that people know him for, really.
Yeah. It is.
It'd be mad not coming back.
Jerry, I rewatched all the Alien franchise because of Romulus release. I still love them all for what they are. Alien 3 Special Edition is underrated. I still love them all. I said what I said.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think they're all watchable. I think Alien is spectacular. Aliens is brilliant. Alien 3 is a good watch, but I find it a bit of a slog sometimes. Alien Resurrection, don't really care. Kind of feels weird that Winona Ryder's in there and stuff. And then you obviously had, Prometheus. Well, I went with you, Prometheus.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd talked me through the whole. Every day you were on the set, you were talking about it and what you've been doing and all that kind of stuff. So we were both excited to see it for obvious reasons. I think it's an okay film. I think Revenant's an okay film. I think Romulus is a much better film than what Alien 3, Alien 4, Prometheus and Revenant are, to be honest. It feels much more of a throwback to Alien and Aliens. It's a nice matchup of the two. But yeah, that's the only reason I have Alien and Aliens on 4K is because if you put a gun to my head and said, watch an Alien film, it'd be one of those two. It wouldn't be any of the others from the franchise.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that.
Good.
I'm going to see Romulus soon, hopefully. But Ridley Cinema, Nightmare on Elm Street, they could always do a full prequel seeing the events leading up to Freddy's death.
Well, they did do that with the Freddy's Nightmares TV show, didn't they?
I thought when the remake came out, from what I was hearing about it and where the story in the remake was going, I kind of thought they were going to delve down that, but then they just seemed to lose the bottle with anything, and the film just fell apart. I felt like they were going to go down a really dark, dirty, gritty path.
But to be honest, I kind of feel like they did. It almost,
or they
they really pushed him as a bit more of a child molester rather than an actual killer, and it almost made it even more sordid and a bit more uncomfortable, to be honest.
No,
it was almost better that he was a child killer than a child molester and stuff. Well, but in Freddy's Nightmares TV show, they did actually do him being cornered and all that kind of stuff. I know they did it in the reboot film, but they did do it with England and what have you in the TV show.
Yeah. It's
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry, I completely lost that. Really seems we'll see a lot what happened to Freddy in flashback scenes, but at least it's an idea. But yeah, that's the thing. Jeremy, so I did a thing to save shelf space. The guy on Etsy sells custom Blu-ray covers. I bought MCU Phase 1 and Phase 2 from him, popped my discs in, went from 12 individual cases to 2 6-disc cases.
Nice.
And that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's what it shows.
I've thought about doing that with a couple of bits, like the I was saying to you about like the Kevin Smith stuff and things like that. I'm quite happy to condense all of that kind of stuff down and just have a generic slip cover case thing.
Not the Kevin Smith ones. They need to sit individual and a proper collection.
No, they really don't. To be honest with you, I might actually trim the Kevin Smith stuff down and just keep the ones that matter.
What?
He's not. I hate to say it because I do like him and I do like watching his films. He's not the greatest filmmaker on the planet.
No, he'll admit to that though.
Yeah.
One thing I'm interested in, Jeremy, because you've gone from the 12 individual cases to the 2 6-disc ones. What have you done with the individual cases? Did you bin them or have you put them into storage somewhere? That's the question. Are you that much of a collector that you've kept certain elements of the individual cases, or do you still bin them? But anyway, we'll have a listen when Jeremy comes through. Nicholas, I took that away from the 2010 film because he became killer after they killed him. The thought he was innocent was very good. I can't remember much about the remake, to be fair. I just remember they seemed to lose the bottle.
I just remember he just wasn't very good as Freddy. And I said before about I'm not liking his makeup. It was like they've gone, okay, what would a realistic burn victim look like? Well, I don't think we wanted a realistic burn victim, did we? We wanted a god, bits missing, this side of his kind of mouth missing or whatever, so you could see his teeth as he was talking. And you wanted a proper kind of new attempt at a horror look kind of thing of Freddy, but instead we went, what would a realistic burn victim look like? It's not realistic. He kills people in their dreams. Anyway.
Big Jace got the Wilder and Pryor set from Indicator.
Nice.
Didn't have the rights to Silver Streak. If that was included, it would have been an awesome set.
Is it a good set as it is, though? Because I quite like the look of it, because I do love them two together. They are really funny, and it was something I did actually contemplate myself. So what did you think, Big Jace? Big Jace.
It's one I'd be tempted by when the price drops. Not paying full whack for it, but speaking of paying full whack, have you been visiting any sales or anything recently? Picked anything up?
No. Moving on. No, I don't think I have in the sales though, to be honest, because I'd already kind of burnt out from the Criterion sale and other bits and bobs I'd picked up. So no, there was nothing that. I mean, Black Friday here is nothing like Black Friday in the States, anyway, is it?
No. It's already started over here. I mean, proper Black Friday isn't until next week on Friday, but in the UK it started like a week and a half ago or something. They were just pimping and advertising all of their nonsense.
Yeah, but there was nothing that really stood out. Nothing that they don't generically put on offer another time anyway.
No.
Just churn the same crap out and just said, "Oh, it's Black Friday." Well, it's not, but.
It's like I wandered around HMV the other day, and the sales, it was like 20% off certain titles here and there, but Nothing major. It was just slight reductions and lots of branding for Black Friday sales to try and tease you into spending more.
It's nothing like, you know, when we see kind of cliched footage from the States where it's Black Friday sales and everybody's like virtually battering the doors down and the doors open and they all come piling in like the boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, that never happens over here. And it never happens over here because we don't have anything. We don't have those kinds of sales. We don't have suddenly something that's like 60, 70% off. It never happens.
No, AJ says HMV Black Friday sale is pretty meh.
Yeah.
It is literally 20% off certain titles. It's not even all the titles. So, yeah, it's very select with what gets reduced. So, yeah. There we go. Big Jace. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Love See No Evil. Watched it last night. Not watched the other two films yet.
Right, okie. See No Evil's the one that stands out for me. That's the one that.
Yeah.
I always remember. Yeah, Stir Crazy, but I always remember See No Evil over Stir Crazy for some reason.
Yeah. Stream of the Time saves 9 to 999. Another Year's Terrible. The only film worth its salt in the indicator box set is Stir Crazy. There we go. Riddler Cinema. A few places around have raised prices now. Even used second-hand medium is going up in price, but not by much. But it adds up. I've noticed that more in like CEX in the UK, that the prices of 4K, they're on. It's weird. There's no pricing with a sort of middle ground price. It's either really expensive because it's popular, or really cheap because they just can't shift it. There's no
exactly. No, there really isn't. And so many times as well, they'll put their second-hand price as like brand new, as if you went in HMV to pick it up.
Yeah.
And you think, what are you doing? You're not gonna. Why would somebody go there and buy a second-hand copy when they'll just go and buy a brand new one?
Yeah.
I don't know what their thinking is, even just by like trimming it by a couple of pound or something, just to kind of incentivize people.
Yeah. That's a Deno Trooper. Richard Pryor is great in Blue Collar if you want a good non-comedic film with him. That was one released by Indicator.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
yeah.
I felt like it was one you picked up, in fact, as part of your I'm going to buy every single Indicator title.
No, I didn't quite get that far. It was one that was being announced within sort of a couple of months of me quitting and realising that I was collecting stupidly. So, but I'm onto the back collecting stupidly anyway because of the offers and things like that are knocking about. They're not the biggest of discounts, but like you, I've gone in for the Criterion sale, both over here and from the US. So I'm now at the point of the Scream Factory sale. I want to dip into that for a couple of titles if Hush is really reduced tomorrow when the sale starts. There'll be a couple more titles that I'm ordering on Black Friday. And I got another title on the Black Friday sale actually from the US, but it was ordered through Amazon UK because they reduced the price to go along with their US site. So that 4K should be on its way. I ordered that today. So
are you not saying what that is?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Is that because you're doing an unboxing?
No, I'll not be doing an unboxing.
Okay.
I can say, but it's nothing exciting, nothing that anyone's going to lose this stuff over. It was Everything Everywhere All at Once 4K.
Oh, you said that last week or whatever. You were tempted to pick it up. I've
been looking for it for a while, and I noticed it had dropped to $15 on Amazon US, but the UK had it for like £16 to import it. So that's with the fees and everything. So it's like, yeah, I might as well.
No brainer.
So yeah, at the minute I'm just waiting on seeing what Shout Factory sales like tomorrow. If not, I might dive in, order a couple more Criterion from the US and use my Stackery thing to get it imported. But I've spent a few £100s on the sales this year because I've just got a PS5, so I now have a 4K player in my office room.
Finally. Finally, yes.
PlayStation 5 is mine, and I got RoboCop Rogue City to play on it.
As your first film, as your first game, yeah.
Yeah, it's if I get time to play. So yeah, Jeremy, I answered what I did, Phil. Scroll up.
I think you missed it. Oh, Jeremy.
What was in relation to, Jeremy?
We don't want to put ourselves out for you, Jeremy.
There we go.
Sake.
Since it's MCU, Disney, and the artwork is basically the movie posters, they're readily available to Google Image, so it didn't hurt to recycle the cases.
Recycle the cases. Once I had a slip, I sold the slip for a few.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know if the answer was worth it, to be honest. That's a shame after all of that.
I scrolled all the way up.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yes. There we go. Ridley Cinema executives, you nerds will buy it. That's why.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why. Let me scroll through. Big Chase, Superman 3, starring Richard Pryor, featuring Christopher Reeve for another Richard Pryor movie. Ridley Cinema. I know I've asked this before. Where's Glenn's channel? I think the demand is there. Show love for Glenn in the chat.
There is no Glenn's channel. I am not a YouTuber. I am. Phil is my therapist, and he thought this would be a good way of me getting things out and having a rant, and that's it. End of.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you should start one. Just do live streams and chats. That's it.
I don't want to surpass your numbers. It'd make our friendship really awkward. I don't want to do that. So no, I'll fight it.
Okay, you fight it.
I'll fight it. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it.
Stream of Time saves 9999. Have you got the new Blake 7 Series 1 Blu-ray set?
Blake 7 keeps making an appearance. I mentioned Blake 7 a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? When we were talking about there was a new Star Trek release. And then we were talking about British sci-fi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Blake 7 was something that came up. And Blake 7 now keeps coming up.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It's one I've never watched, but I'm still not sure about.
Yeah. Because I was on about Space 1999 with Martin Landau and Blake 7. I feel like we were on a Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's been mentioned before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy's asking where Lynn is.
I don't actually know. She's bored of this rubbish. She's moved on. She's doing anything else.
Anyone seen the trailer for Werewolves starring Frank Grillo?
Yes, I sent it to you, didn't I? A couple of weeks ago.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it looks fun. I think it looks fun. I quite like Frank Grillo anyway.
I do as well. It's the Purge franchise for me.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see him in Superman and Creature Commandos and stuff as well.
Absolutely.
Rick Flag Senior. Yeah.
I'm with you there as well. Ridley Cinema. I still think you need to get Bad Raven on stream with Glenn. Bad Raven.
Oh, he's the guy that Ridley thought I looked like. And it was just an old dude with a grey beard. So therefore we look similar. I had forgotten about that, Ridley, but thank you.
My thumbnail's not helping you out any with that then.
Oh, probably. Well, I'm not helping myself out. Look at me. I need a haircut. I need a bit of colour in my cheeks.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do a live stream from a beach somewhere.
I think so. I think it's about time, isn't it? As soon as I get enough subs and enough money from it, we'll do that one day. So,
well, because I've still not invested in a new camera, which I do need to do. This is why I keep having light issues. If I wear a light top, the lighting's fine. If I wear a dark top, because my face is so pale, it doesn't know what to actually. It just doesn't know what to do with the lighting. It's ridiculous.
Ridley Cinema says Bad Raven. He's a smaller YouTuber that collects and talks films a lot. Seems like a decent guy. I'm not sure. Them that have got small YouTube channel that just talks films and collecting, they just
oh god, who'd want to talk collecting? Can you imagine like coming on a Sunday evening when you could be like curled up on a sofa watching a film or something and talking, rambling on about like collecting and things like that? Who the hell's going to watch that? Really? Oh god, it'd be rubbish. Can't think of anything more boring.
No. One thing I did want to ask you: are you still up for Gladiator 2 next week?
Yes, I should be. As you know, I've got a busy Monday and Tuesday, but as I can get kind of Tuesday out of the way, it should be much better.
I'm wondering if anyone in the chat has seen Gladiator 2 and it's worth us spending our time to go see it. That's what I'm wondering.
If we do an out of cinema review, we'll keep it under 2 minutes this time.
Yeah.
Of just I quite liked it. It was all right. Oh, the bit with the sandals and the sand and what have you, that was great. And then we'll just leave it at that. I think that's.
You've covered it. I just need to record the stream and.
That's it. And we'll just put that bit out, and that'll do it. Yeah, swords and sandals, and yeah, it's great.
I can tell you now that I'm not particularly looking forward to it. I think it's unnecessary, and it doesn't look like it's going to hold much up to the first one. And
then why watch it?
Because I want to.
No,
I want to go to the cinema and I want to watch something. There's nothing much else out that I want to watch at the minute. And Gladiator 2, it's one. Yeah, I'll go and watch it. It's not one I'm particularly excited about. I don't see it being a film that was necessary in the slightest. I'd have sooner have seen Gladiator 2 being the rumours that were heard about Maximus.
Yeah, in the afterlife and what have you. Yeah. Well, Nick Cave wrote it, didn't he?
Yes.
Wrote a whole script for it. Maximus battling his way through the afterlife and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have gone and seen that in a heartbeat.
Instead, it seems like a reimagining of the first one, and
it's almost like reinvigorate the franchise to get it going again. And Paul Mescal's the new dude and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
See, it doesn't look like
anything. The film I've missed that I really wanted to see at the cinema and I've just not got around to. Life's got in the way completely. Is Heretic with Hugh Grant.
Oh yeah,
it was. I don't know if it still is, but I really wanted to see that.
I couldn't see it listed when I was looking through because I was desperately looking for something to go and watch because
it's probably finished.
But the Mescal dude, I'm not sure he looks like he can carry a movie of that size and scope. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
Heretic is still on.
Screening, so that's going to be my problem.
Yeah, because it's only got a 9 p.m. showing.
Yeah, that's me out.
Wednesday, 12:20 in the afternoon. So random. And then Thursday night, 9 o'clock again.
I could go and see Wicked.
No,
I'm not.
I said to you the other day, didn't I? I messaged you while I was down there. I was down at the cinema the other day in the coffee shop that's connected to it. And the place was rammed and they were all going and seeing Wicked. And I was chatting to one of the baristas and she was saying she'd booked it for Wednesday and that was the earliest she could get in. She said it's just absolutely rammed. I mean, it's going to make a fortune.
To be honest, when we went to see Paddington, we were struggling for seats to see Paddington as well. So I don't know if cinema takings are on the up or if it's just particular titles that are that are selling out again. It's easy enough to get a seat for Gladiator 2 anyway.
Yeah, like you say, I don't think it's a necessary sequel, if I'm honest, at all. But
we'll see next week. Anyway, let's jump back to comments before I wrap this up and let you go. Ridley Cinema. Oh God, I didn't realise until now Gladiator 2 was actually directed by Ridley Scott. Thought he was above that rubbish. Stream of time. Don't waste your tight cash on Gladiator 2.
Okay. Good reviews so far.
Ridley Cinema. To be honest, thought though I think Gladiator is overrated.
Probably not with you on that one, Ridley. I think it was a very good film. Very, very good film.
Stream of 9. Be intelligent and watch Spartacus.
What, the TV show or the original one with Kirk Douglas? Gladiator 2 was tosh. I mean, I think that kind of covers it, really.
Yeah, AJ, an extremely pointless sequel. No desire to see it at all. And I think that's it for.
AJ thought Heretic was good. Stream of time saves $9.99. Hugh Grant, I'd rather watch Dulux paint dry. Fair enough.
Jeremy, what is and when is the next watch along? I'm not sure. I'm not sure people are that interested in the watch alongs, to be fair. I mean, let me know if I'm thinking wrong, but I don't know if they were that interested in the watch alongs. Slipknot fan says, how about 30 Days of Night watch along on the 30th of November?
Oh, I do like 30 Days a Night. I do
like
need to go back to that, actually. Why don't we do an in-cinema watch-along of Gladiator 2? I don't think that'd annoy anybody, would it?
I don't think we'd get kicked out for having cameras in there.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Laptop.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's fighting a rhino. It's ridiculous.
Ridley Cinema. I watched Never Grow Old, a Western with, of all people, John Cusack, and surprising, it wasn't half bad.
Okay. Not heard of that one. I do like John Cusack. I like John Cusack in most things.
Now, Hugh Grant, I'd rather watch Do Looks Paint Dry. I don't know. Do you know now, compared to 30 years ago when he was all about 4 Weddings and Sirens and whatever else? I can see where them comments come from, but I think now is certainly a more interesting actor and interesting person between.
I think he's always been interesting because he's never taken himself seriously. He's never been up his own jacksy in any way, shape, or form. I remember seeing him in Lair of the White Worm, which was like pre 4 Weddings, I think. And he was okay in that. I really liked him in 4 Weddings anyway. And I don't blame him for kind of like taking as much cash as possible from like 9 months and all of that kind of stuff.
No.
But no, I've always liked him. And I've always liked him on chat shows and things because he's quite witty and self-deprecating and things like that. But no, he's at that stage in his life now where Hugh Grant is Hugh Grant in every role. Yeah, but, you could say that about a lot of actors, to be honest. Sean Connery was never not Sean Connery in every single role.
Yeah.
Even when he was a Russian submarine captain, he was a Scottish Sean Connery. It's just how some people are, but ultimately he's still working, isn't he? So people like it.
He's not still working. Sean Connery.
No, Hugh, I meant. Oh. No, Sean really isn't still working. But no, I think Hugh Grant is. I like the roles he's picking now. He's at that stage in his life where he's got plenty of money. He just comes out and does stuff that kind of interests him. You look at him playing an Oompa Loompa in Wonka and the criminal actor that he played in Paddington 2 and all that kind of stuff. And I think Heretic looks an interesting role for him as well.
Yeah, that's fair. And Ridley Cinema. Theatres are trying to stay relevant. Have you seen those auditoriums that have playgrounds in them? I've not seen them.
Playgrounds in the seats. Oh God, no.
Yeah, I don't see the beds as a seat being a good idea. I'd be falling asleep. Jerry Cheer. Hugh Grant plays the typical bumbling English gentleman very well.
Yeah, I think because that's him in real life half the time.
Yeah. Big J's, personally, Hugh Grant has got better roles, especially Guy Ritchie films than Wonka. Then we'll wrap it up with Jeremy Carr. Jeremy's just added, put a W. I can't click it now. There we go. Put a W in the chat if you want to watch along. So we've got Jeremy Carr has asked for a W. Jeremy Carr has put a W.
Another W.
We've got Slipknot fan, AJ Pink, Anthony, and AJ mentioned would be nice to have another watch along, but only if it's worth it for both of you as well.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, it's not that for us at all. We're quite happy to watch because whatever we choose, it'll be a film that we obviously want to rewatch. So
yeah,
no problem for me.
We'll have to try and I'll talk to Glenn about this and see if there's any film in particular. It might not be as soon as the 30th of November for 30 Days of Night, but we could do that another day anyway. But yeah, we'll have a chat with film because I think it's going to have to be something that we're still quite familiar with, because my worry is my attention to either what's going off on screen or what's going off on here or reading the comments. I need to know the film to be able to chat about it. I don't think it would be interesting enough to watch me just watching the film and not really saying a lot, because I'll be honest, I once tried to do a trailer reaction video and nothing reads on my face. I've got this sort of English face when I'm watching something. when you see people from other countries, oh wow, this looks really great, and they're really animated and really going for it. I've not. I was just like,
you had that English kind of right. Impress me.
Yeah. So I need something to be able to not get drawn in, because I don't give much. Not watching it.
No Ridley, Lord of the Rings extended marathon watch along. You're right. That's probably not a good one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's start this 10-hour marathon. Go.
Yes. Right. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up now, and I'm going to let you go. But before I do, I just want to remind everyone of the new video that I've got there. So this video that I did, Glenn, it's live for everyone on Patreon, which you probably already know.
That is like you in real life getting into a car.
Yeah. So yeah, the video is live for all patrons. If you're if we get enough likes on the Facebook page, on the Square Eyed Geeks page, I'm going to share the link on there as well. So that's the Square Eyed Geeks page. So it is live. It's available for people that are in the right places. But yeah, if you want to watch along, they're the places where you can find it. I will be releasing it on YouTube anyway. I'm just undecided when. So if you do want access, one of these sort of ways to get access. If not, yeah, check out YouTube sometime next week.
Check you out. Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. And until next time, catch you later.
Laters.
Bye. You're still here, aren't you? Get logged off. See you soon, folks.